Hello again, people. The Wolf Among Us. From Telltale Games, developers who worked only on existing titles, comes the mature story of a big bad wolf. Let's go to the section straight away. The story, based on Bill Willingham's Fables comic book series, the game puts us into shoes of Big B Wolf or a big bad wolf. Wolf is a sheriff of Fabletown, part of New York, 1980s, populated with different Fable characters who must purchase glamour in order to look like humans or choose to be reallocated to the farm if they stay in their true form and don't purchase glamour. All Fable characters basically fled from their imaginative worlds from a tyrant known as the Adversary. Wolf's story begins with saving a prostitute from the woodsman. Everything that I say after this is a spoiler, and it's enough, I guess. The story is a main part of a game, as are all Telltale's creations. The story is 9 out of 10. It's well done, it's interesting, and better than 90% of the movies that we get in the last 3 years. Enough said. Game bugs for the next section. I had 2 or 3 crashes during my playthrough. I played Steam version. They were not game breaking though. The game is fluid and it's well made. I haven't noticed any bugs though. So 9 out of 10 for this section. Game time. I finished the game in 12 hours without rushing anything. But it all depends upon your choices in conversations here. Some are shorter, some last a bit longer. So it all depends. The Wolf Among Us has a great replay value though. You could easily do 2 or 3 playthroughs and see all different situations and endings. So very good amount of game time you can spend in the Wolf Among Us. 8 out of 10 for this section. I wish the game was longer. Never mind the replay value. Alright, maps and graphics. No maps here, but we have 5 acts. 2 to 3 hours long per act. I love the graphics. Art style is great. Everything is crystal clear and relaxing for your eyes. So maps and graphics will get 9 out of 10 here. The game is also very well optimized. It works on, well, I don't know. It's not system demanding, it works on weaker machines. So 9 out of 10 for maps and graphics. Gameplay. Alright, gameplay. The Wolf Among Us is an adventure. I like to call this types of adventures as a new type of adventure genre. Old would be like Monkey Island, Broken Sword type of adventures, point and click adventures. Wolf Among Us is not that sort of adventure. You will walk very little, and most of your gameplay time you're gonna spend in conversations and picking from 4 possible options that will always change the game story as you progress. This game is a thriller, comedy, interactive fantasy, full adventure, and its sole purpose is to relax the player, like watching a movie. From time to time, you will need to choose conversation options in 5 to 10 seconds or press up, down, left, right, space, E, Q buttons to evade something like shots or jump through a window. Of course, all of that is gonna happen in the cutscenes, and that's like the only part of gameplay, reaction time, but you have enough to react, believe me, it's very easy. It's nothing hard to do. Even if you fail, something else will happen that will unwind the story in a different direction. So you can't fail in the Wolf Among Us. That's how it is. 90% of the gameplay here is about interaction and enjoying the story and the world that Telltale creators built for us. My main complaint about the game is the lack of interactions like in Monkey Island to actually use your brain a bit in adventure. Suffer for 2 hours to find a key or a solution to make someone to actually talk to you, you know. uh, this is a relaxing movie of 12 hours divided in 5 different acts, and it requires zero brains for immersion. You only need to pay attention on story and use your brain for interactions, nothing else. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for gameplay because they could have done it better than this. It's not bad. I just lack a challenge here, nothing else. So that's why we don't have game difficulty section, because there is none. NPCs and enemies. I won't discover enemies and villains here, but I'll only say that I expected more. This is a slight failure here, you know, with main villains in the game. You will always have more than 2 suspects, and that's, for instance, let's call it very well done. You will meet Snow White, Woodsman, Magic Mirror, Beauty and Beast, and many more of your childhood fable characters. And it feels awesome. It really does. It's a very unique experience, to be honest. I never seen something like this before, you know. All NPCs will hide something from you, evading to tell you the truth. You can never trust anyone in this game, and there are a lot of crazy moments and cutscenes that you'll never expect to happen. A lot of twists. The game will surprise you. Be sure of that. So, NPCs and enemies will get a 9 out of 10. It's good. Sound and music. Sounds and music. Great. Voice actors are perfect. Their voices actually fit the Fable characters very well. From Wolf to Mr. Toad, they've all nailed it here, the voice actors. Music follows the game perfectly, from investigating the crime scenes to when you chase someone in cutscenes. This game never fails to deliver in that segment. 10 out of 10 for sound and music, perfectly done for adventure game. Perfectly. So now we have a conclusion. Alright, with 60 points in 7 sections, we have an 8.5 out of 10. Usually when the game reaches those decimals, I round it up in a higher score. But this time my final verdict for The Wolf Among Us will be an 8 out of 10. Why? Because adventures should make you use your brain a bit, and this game doesn't do that. It's just a relaxing comedy thriller, and there are no penalties here. The game, in other words, lack difficulty. 99% of this game is story and interaction. I had fun with it. It was a great story with great Fable characters and awesome voice acting too. So I recommend this game to everyone, especially if you can get it on sale. That's it for The Wolf Among Us, and I'll see you on the next one.